My name is Lorraine, and I'm one of the match support specialists, aka social workers at Big Brothers Big Sisters.
And I'm Julie, and I'm also a match support specialist and social worker at Big Brothers Big Sisters.
And we're here today because it is National Mentoring Month, and today is Thank Your Mentor Day. And so we wanted to honor our big brothers and our big sisters, as well as introduce our big brother and big sister of the year.
And some of our other prominent and previous bigs for the program with the previous year, since we've been around since 1970.
And the first person that we would like to just introduce, if he could stand when we say his name, when Big Brothers Big Sisters was started in 1970, and Daryl Alderson was our founder and CEO. Steve Masters became one of our first big brothers ever, actually ended up sponsoring 2 littles, and he was mentored by his grandfather, who was an engineer, and his father was an attorney, and he was also a prominent attorney in the city of Joliet, and now is just reapplied to be a big brother again. Yay. And he is also a very great donor of the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. So if you could please just stand up, Mr. Masters, and his lovely wife, Shirley. So thank you for being here tonight. And next we would like to introduce another big brother. He hails all the way from Indiana. He is currently the Superintendent of District 86 Schools. He let us have this gracious space tonight along with the Principal Veronica Hatch. He was a big brother. He likes to say just a few years back, he met his little brother when his little brother was 9 years old in the 3rd grade. And he was just home from college, and he decided, I want to give back to my community. And he thought of all the social service agencies back in Muncie, Indiana, the Big Brothers Big Sisters was the place to be. He thought, if I want to do big things in life, I want to mentor someone one-on-one. And now 30 years later, they still keep in touch. He went to his wedding. He was proud of him when he went away to college. He's still proud of him through his ups and downs in life, and they still talk, get together on the holidays once in a while. And that would be Dr. Charles Coleman. If you could please stand. And Dr. Coleman, if you could come on up really quick. We just want him to give a quick welcome since this is his school and district. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I just say kudos to all of the adults for remembering the littles, giving back to the young folks, helping to make that positive difference in their lives. And I remember when I first got into the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization, I really didn't know what to do, and they said just form a relationship with them, build rapport, and from that relationship you believe it or not can end up impacting those young folks. And so I just take my hat off to all of the adults for your willingness to think about the youth. We serve 11,800 students in our school district, and we have had some dialogue with Big Brothers Big Sisters organization here with the intent to foster and partner with them in bigger ways so that we can have more folks like you, more bigs, working with the little. So congratulations on the relationship and the partnership.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Coleman. All right, and now it's going to be my pleasure to introduce the big sister of the year. Thank you, Dr. Coleman. Put this mic on again. All right, big sister of the year. I wrote a speech. It's kind of long, as always. All right, this is how I imagine our big sister of the year's first day as a big 5 years ago. Thinking to herself, because these things can be nerve-wracking, for some anyway. I know Big Brothers Big Sisters is a vital program, she said to herself, I'm sure. After all, I'm the executive director of the United Way of Grundy County, and I help fund the program. Again, this is 5 years ago. I have my own children, Courtney and Caitlin. I've got this. I'm going to be a great big sister. All right, she goes in. She walks into the school, Saratoga Middle School in Morris. And she says, hi, I'm here to meet my little sister. She takes a seat and she patiently waits for the door to open. A minute goes by and she checks her watch. Again, this is me surmising. She imagines that in a moment, this little girl is going to walk in, all smiles. Then all of a sudden, the door starts to open. But it's an adult slowly opening the door, backing into it, and so she stands up, ready to meet her little sister. And there is a little girl, but she's not walking. She's strolling in a wheelchair with a broken leg. The little first grade girl is sweet. She is cheery, but boy, she's thinking about something. She's a little bit skeptical. She thinks, this woman looks kind. She looks like a keeper, but will she keep me? Or is she going to let me down? Can I trust her? I always cry. She is hopeful. First grade, that first whole year, fall, winter, spring, and breaks go by, and it goes by in a flash. For the little girl, there are doctor's appointments. She goes from wheelchair to crutches to no cast. She goes between visits to different parents and to one grandparent and another set. They all love her, and they all want the best for her. But there's no real certainty or constant in her life, except for there is love, just no trust, not yet. Not in anyone, really, and certainly not in herself. She asks her teacher, when is my big sister coming back? Is she going to come back? She asks her big sister every week, are you going to come back? And her big sister promises her, yes, I'm going to come back. And her big sister also has a lot going on in her life in that time. She quickly figures out that this little girl really needs her. And after a few talks with her two loving daughters and her loving husband, George, of 15 years, she decides she can do even more and decides to change jobs and go to work for the #1 ranked child-serving not-for-profit in the United States, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Will and Grundy County. Through the seasons and the personal and the professional, the ups and the downs, one thing remained constant for this big sister and this little sister. They met for lunch every week, once a week, at that same white table in the cafeteria. And they talked, and they listened to each other. And the big sister started to develop trust with the little sister. And most importantly, while the world went by, they laughed a lot. Now fast forward, it's 6th grade now, and the little girl no longer doubts that her big sister will be coming because all these years that the world went around and around, and sometimes it felt like it might crash on this little girl. She and her big sister developed trust. And they know that they're going to see each other at the little white lunch table once a week. Well, this year has been a big year for the little sister. She's learned to trust certain people besides her big sister. She has learned to trust her grandmother. She has learned to trust her dad. And frankly, she thinks they're the bee's knees. She loves them and trusts them. But most importantly, she now has the audacity to trust and believe in herself and decided to run for the student council. And she told her big sister about her decision. And she encouraged her big time. She said, I believe in you. And she reminded her little sister, it does not matter if you win. I am proud that you're going to dare to dream big. And the little girl ran for student council. And after many hours of wonder and worry, the big sister found out the results. It does not matter if she won. The big thing is that she trusted herself. She trusted herself to go out on a limb and run. And the little girl is continuing to get good grades, and the little girl is continuing to gain new friendships, and again, trust in herself. And this little sister is dreaming big now, in big part to her caring big sister. Congratulations to our Big Sister of the Year, a lunch buddy from good old Grundy County, Coleen Davis. And here's her little sister, Carrie.
I'll just make this really short and sweet. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Can you hear me? Oh, okay, great. I have had the privilege of sharing a lunch table with this fabulous, beautiful little girl. I said I was going to do this for almost 5 years, and what Lorraine said is absolutely correct. Since the day I met her and her smiling face. We have just had an unbelievable relationship. She, makes my day when she walks in the room to pick me up from the office with her beautiful smile. She literally walks on water, everything she does. But this year, I was super, super proud of her when she said she wanted to run for student council. And I was very excited to encourage her and see her, find her true self and trust others. Because I know when we first met, it was a little rocky, but we overcame a lot of obstacles and had a lot of great talks and lunch and shared a lot of laughs. And I am really, truly proud to know Carrie, and I hope that people see our example and want to share more lunch tables with more children in their community, because there are children that need your support, and it takes 30 minutes for 5 years to and we have an absolutely fabulous relationship. So it's very humbling to accept this award. I just want to thank a couple of people real fast. I want to thank the fabulous staff at Big Brothers Big Sisters for the past 5 years supporting me and Carrie. I want to thank the staff at Saratoga School, who has been absolutely fabulous to us also. I also want to thank my wonderful husband, who is always there to support me no matter what I do, my family, and all the people that have mentored me in my life through my career, especially my father, who taught me at a very young age to give back to the community, and it literally showed us how to give back to the community from a very young age. So I wanted to do that as an adult, and this is just one small way that you can help a child in your community. And I like to say this little quote all the time, and I'm not sure who wrote it, so I won't take credit for it, but when you impact a child, you impact a family, and when you impact a family, you influence a community, and when you influence a community, you can change the world, just one child at a time. So that's what I tried to do here with Carrie, and thank you again. It's very humbling, and I'm very proud.
Do you want to say anything about your big sister?
Sure, yeah.
We're going to let Carrie say a little something about Coleen, too.
First of all, I love Coleen, and she's just amazing, and I thank you guys for helping us through like 5 years all the time. And me and Coleen, we have a little joke. Our first meeting, we had an encounter with vanilla ice cream. Now, she had gotten my favorite ice cream right off the bat, and I thought it was hilarious. We still to this day think it's a funny, really, really funny joke, and yeah, it's really funny.
Go ahead and tell them what you call the vanilla. What do you call the vanilla? You call it white.
Oh, and I call it vanilla white ice cream. So yeah.
That was part of the joke when I asked her what kind of ice cream she wanted. She said she wanted white.
Yes.
So that was vanilla. But I don't know how I knew to get the vanilla, because I think there was only 2 choices at the Culver's that day, so I think I chose correctly.
Yeah, but
we do share ice cream quite a bit.
yes, we do. And she also is a big fan of Jimmy John's. And
She had never eaten Jimmy John's before, and so we had to introduce her.
yes, I love Jimmy John's.
It's our food selections, ice cream and Jimmy John's.
Ice cream and Jimmy John's are awesome. And I thank every one of you guys for coming out here today. And yeah, that's the end of the thing.
She wouldn't talk about the students.
Okay. I won for student council. Next year I'm thinking about president, but
Oh, next year she's thinking about president. Whoa.
yeah.
All right.
So if I can handle 2 things at once, I'm pretty sure I can. Pretty
No
proud.
worries.
And I thank you guys for coming out here, and have a wonderful day.
So we're going to switch gears a little bit and move on to our Big Brother of the Year. I have the pleasure of actually calling this Big Brother my friend, too. He has been with the agency for 5 years, and he has actually, his current little is his second little. So he did spend a couple years with another little who unfortunately moved away. But Omar came to the program because when he was growing up, he grew up with a single parent himself and longed for the male attention and to have a big brother. So he decided that he was going to provide that for somebody else when he became old enough. And Omar is a current college student. He is a nurse at St. Joe's Hospital and currently pursuing med school. And Alex, his little, they've been matched for almost 3 years. I think it'll be 3 years in May. And Alex came to the program a 10-year-old, as his mom described him, a very angry 10-year-old. And came to the program. His parents are divorced. His mom also suffered some disability, so she wasn't able to do as much of the fun and active things that Alex wanted to do. So Omar came into their life to provide that. They are an exemplary match for our agency. They are involved in just about every event we have, whether it be volunteering at it, participating in it, fundraising for it. Alex and Omar are there. Omar also has not only set the example for Alex to give back, but even when Alex isn't able to attend, Omar still shows up. He also blew a lot of our, for our largest fundraiser, Bowl for Kids' Sake, he blew a lot of people out of the water by fundraising over $800 by himself. And he also participated on our Big Brothers Big Sisters softball league to create awareness and recruit other bigs. So Omar has helped recruit, he's volunteered, and he's also helped raise funds. So he is a triple threat to our agency. And before I bring Omar up here, I wanted to share a quote from Alex's mom's essay for Big Brother of the Year. Because of one person, my son's life has changed. In ending, it takes only one person to make a difference in a child's life. Yes, people can change with the help of just one person. Omar Castillo has changed us, my family, and without him, I feel my son would have been somebody else. Not the little, loving, grateful, and thankful boy I have in my life now. All my love and gratitude I give to Big Brothers Big Sisters and the man I owe my son's life to, Omar Castillo. Oh, come on up.
Well, thank you guys so much. I didn't prepare a speech, but I'm really honored that we were both nominated. This really means so much to me. I've never been part of something so fulfilling in my life, and it really just brings me so much great gratitude to not only my little brother, but just the staff as a whole. You guys have been amazing, and what you're doing is phenomenal. And just thanking every single big, and just being a part of their little life. This can really, truly change the world. And, I can't help but thank Alex and his family, and he just, makes this all easy for me. He's a great little kid, and I truly love him, He's my little brother. He's a little shy. He's a little shy, so.
Alex would like us to say thank you on his behalf.
Yeah. So, thanks a lot.
All right, you guys are all set.
And at this time, one more time, no, Omar.
Let's give a big round of applause for both Coleen and Omar.
Yes. And again, although we're honoring just two of our fabulous bigs tonight, we recognize, we surely do, and Julie and Vivian and our entire staff, and Lisa Loss and Suzanne, been working with all of these folks for a long time. and have developed relationships with you and know some of your lives inside and out. You know theirs. You know the ups and downs, the marriages, and you guys are all doing something great together, like Omar said. And so at this time, we would just like for all of our big brothers and our big sisters to stand up and just
raise their hands. Let's give you guys
a round of applause.
We thank you guys so much for everything you do. I know Lorraine and I can speak for ourselves too. We're big sisters ourselves. We enjoy every minute of it. It's so great to see all of you guys out at an event, and it's really fun for us not just to hear it in a phone call, but to see the impact that you guys are making on your littles and see you guys come out to these events. So we definitely thank you for coming out tonight. We encourage you to come out to future events, and if anybody has any questions about Bowl for Kids Sake, our fundraiser in March, staff is everywhere to answer those questions. But thank you guys so much. Enjoy all the food, and have a good night.
Have a good night. Thank you.